Welcome back students to the second part of the chapter factorization of the algebraic expressions. In our previous video we went through three exercises. We solved few selected questions from three exercises which was based on particular concepts. We have all discussed about those concepts upon which those exercises were dependent upon, and we have also solved some problems from there. We have also discussed the concept of factorization. Basically, when it is said about the polynomials, the main concept we have also discussed in our previous video. Especially in this explanation video, we are going to cover few more questions from the next two exercises. That means exercise 6D and 6E. So from these two exercises, we are going to cover few more questions so that it will be convenient for you to solve the other questions. Okay, students. So let us start without delay. Let us start our exercise 6D. Okay students, I have selected here three questions. Question number 4, 16 and 35. These three questions I have selected keeping in mind that these three questions will cover different varieties in this exercise so that you can solve the other questions easily. So before we start, you have to understand what is a basic concept here which we will be using for solving these three questions. First, the concept we will be using here is factorizing the trinomial squares. Okay. We have to, as you can see, there are three terms in all these questions. So that is why it is called trinomial, and one term has the power 2. That means it is square. So we will be factorizing here the trinomial square. In short, you can also say that we will be factorizing here the quadratic equation. Now you have to understand what is quadratic equation. Quadratic equation is, see, if you have the first term whose power is 2, the second term which has the power 1, I am talking about the variable, and the last term is constant. So whenever the three terms are written in a way that the first is a square term, the second term is a single power term, and the last one is a constant term, then we say that as the quadratic equation. So the concept which we will be utilizing for solving quadratic equation, we call that as middle term. So students, for solving these three questions, we will be applying the method of formula. As we know the two basic formula, what was the two basic formula? The two basic formula was a plus b whole square equals to a square plus 2ab plus b square, and a minus b whole square equals to a square minus 2ab plus b square. As you can see here that there are two square terms, and the middle term is the product of the two terms into 2. So always remember that you will be having this one in the question, and from this one in the question you have to make the square term. Okay, you have to make in a square form like this. So we will be applying these two basic formulas for solving these questions. So these are quadratic equations. Quadratic equations can be solved using the help of these formulas very easily. Sometimes when this formula won't work, then there is one more method that we call as middle term method. Okay, factorization can also be done by middle term method. But for this exercise, we will be solving all these questions with the help of this formula. So basically these two formulas you have to keep in your mind. Okay, so students, let us solve question number 4, and you will understand it when I will be solving it, that how we will be utilizing this formula. First you have to know, for solving this question number 4, which formula will I use? Either I will use a plus b whole square or a minus b whole square. Definitely I will be using this one. Why? Because in this formula I have a square plus 2ab plus b square. So here you can see all signs are positive, but if you take this one, then one sign is negative, and you can see there is no negative sign here. So that is why I will be utilizing this formula. So the first is a square. So I can write this x square as x square only, and last one is b square. That means 25 can be written as 5 square. So in place of a I have x, in place of b I have 5. So what will be the middle term? The middle term is 2ab. So for 10x I can write 2ab, that means 2 into, what is a here? A is actually x, the first term, and what is b? B is actually 5. You have to compare with this one. Okay students, You have to compare with this one, compare this. So you will get A as x and B as 5. So 2ab will be 2 into x into 5. Now just cross check it. If you cross check, you will see that x square is there already. Then 5 square means 25, it's also there. And 2 into x into 5 is equal to 10x. That means both expressions are same. So here you can see this will be acting as a square, this will be acting as b square, and this will be acting as 2ab, and there are all positive sign in between. So I will be utilizing a plus b whole square formula. So from there we will get x plus b is 5. That means x plus 5 whole square, or you can write it as x plus 5 into x plus 5. So this is our answer. You need not write this one, as because this is only for your explanation. I have done this, but the basic calculation you have to solve in this way. So basically student, the main thing is here is that you have to arrange this all with the proper formula, and then you can easily do this. Now let us solve the second question here. The second question, you can see it's also the similar type of question, but here one term is missing. You can see the first square term I know, the 2ab term I know, but b square term I don't know. As I have already said, the first is a square, then in between 2ab, and the last one is b square. And here you can see there is a minus sign here. Alright, so if there is a minus sign here, which formula will I use? I will be utilizing the formula of a minus b whole square equals to a square minus 2ab plus b square. As because I also have minus sign here, but in a plus b whole square I don't have minus sign. So I can represent this equation as I can write now p square minus 10pq plus question mark I have. I can write it as p square. Okay, that means, so in between I will write here minus as per this formula. This formula I am following. So here minus is there, so I will write here minus. Then 2ab is there. That means 2 into, in a I have p, so I will write p. Let me just see, 2 into p is how much? 2p, but I have to get 10pq. That means by what number should I multiply here? To get 10pq from 2p, I have to multiply with 5q. As because if I multiply with 5q, I will get 2p 5q. That means 2 into p into 5q is 10pq. That means in place of a, I have p. In place of then 2ab, that means 2ab. That means 5q is behaving like a b here. So b will be 5q whole square. So your answer will be, p square, or in square form if you want to write, it will be p minus 5q whole square according to this formula. Okay, but what is the missing term? Therefore missing term is, you can directly write, no issue. Missing term is this one, 5q square. So students, in order to make this term, in order to make this question a square term, that means in this form, in order to make this question a square form like this, you have to add which term here? You have to add the term as 5q square, or you can write it as 25q square. So this is your answer. So 25q square is a missing term which you need to add here, so that overall it becomes a perfect square. Okay, if I add 5q square here, 5q whole square here, that means 25q square if I add here, it will become p minus 5q whole square, which is a perfect square. So this is the question, that what term you have to add there for making it a perfect square, and our answer is 25q square. Let us move to the next question, 35 here. It's very easy question here. We have to make a square root. We have to find the square root. So what is the question here? X square by 4y square minus 1 by 3 plus y square by 9x square. First student, you have to understand which formula should I use. Okay, which formula should I use? Should I use this formula or should I use this formula? First you have to select between these two. Definitely student, I have to use this formula as because there is a negative sign in between, and negative sign in between it is there. That means obviously this formula will I use, because if I use this formula all should be in positive sign, but here one is negative sign. So definitely this formula I will use. So this is the main formula which will be utilized here. So first is what? See, this should be compared with this. So here it is a square. Express this is as a square. It will be x by 2y whole square. Okay. Then last one is b square. So last one will be y by 3x whole square. And in between it is minus 2ab. So it will be minus 2 into a, that means x by 2y, into b, that means y by 3x. Now you cross check. If you cut this y and y, this x and this 2 and 2, only minus 1 by 3 remains. That means this proves that your calculation you are proceeding is correct. Okay. I repeat, this should be matched with this one, completely this one, because this is equal to this and this is equal to this. So this 1 by 3 should be equivalent to this. So you have to cross check whether both are equal or not, and here we see yes, both are equal. That means our calculation is correct. So here you see, in place of a, what you have? X by 2y. In place of b, what you have? Y by 3x. And which formula we are using here? We are using a minus b whole square. So your final answer will be x by 2y minus y by 3x whole square. Okay. So this is your final answer. I hope students now you have understood, and in this way you can solve the other questions as well. I have tried 3 different varieties of questions which you will find this in your exercise, and it will help you to solve the other questions as well. Now let us move on to our next exercise. Students, our previous exercise was based on formula a plus b whole square and a minus b whole square. And this exercise is based on the main formula a minus b into a plus b equals to a square minus b square. That means the square of the difference of the square of two terms. The difference of the square of two terms is equal to the product of their difference and their sum. Okay, is equal to the product of the difference and their sum. So this is the formula which we will be applying here to solve this exercise, and all these questions will be solved with this particular formula only. And in the next exercise you will be seeing how to do the middle term of the quadratic equations. That middle term is very important, and that will be utilized in your higher classes very much. So students, go through these questions very minutely and very sincerely. These are very important for your upcoming classes also. Okay. So a minus b into a plus b is a square minus b square. This is a prime formula which we will be applying here for solving these questions of this exercise 6e. So I have selected here 3 questions. Question number 40, 33 and 36. We will be solving these 3 questions, and I hope that after solving these 3 questions, it will be easier for you to solve the other question. So here you can see, for the first question is 25 minus a square x square. First, you have to express the question in this form. First, you have to express the question in the form of a square minus b square. That means square of the first term minus square of the second term. So 25 can be written as 5 square, and a square x square can be written as ax whole square. So here you can see, in place of a, I have 5. In place of b, I have ax. If I avoid square, then a is equal to 5 and b is equals to what? Okay, I am writing here. It's not necessary that you have to write. For your convenience, I am writing here. If you compare with this, a is 5 and b is ax. So a square minus b square, see, a square minus b square is equivalent to a minus b into a plus b. That means 5 minus ax, this is a minus b, and 5 a plus b, that means 5 plus ax. So this is our answer. Okay, so this is our final answer. As you can see, this is a minus b, this is a plus b, and this is a square minus b square. So a square minus b square equals to a minus b into a plus b, where a is 5, b is ax. So first you have to understand what is a and what is b by writing the question in the form of a square minus b square. Then only you can understand. Let us move on to the next question. Next question I have selected because it is little bit tricky. Okay, next question I have selected because it is little bit tricky, and one here you will see that we will be applying not one formula but the 2 formula. One formula is for sure, the one formula is x square minus y square equals to x minus y into x plus y. This formula is for sure we will be utilizing, but one more formula we have to utilize here. So I have selected this question. Okay. So here you can see how we will solve. Basically, the question contains 2 terms, and here we have 4 terms. So definitely 3 terms will keep together, and the 1 term will keep it separately. We will be keeping the 3 terms together, keeping in mind that those 3 terms should fit into a formula. Like if you see, then you will understand. We will be keeping here as x square minus 4xy plus 4y square, okay, plus 4y square minus z square. So what I did, these three terms I have kept together and z square I have kept separately. Now you will think like, why I have done this? I have done this only because these three terms, if kept together, will fit into another formula and it will be convenient for us to solve. Okay. So now you can think these three terms will be used for which formula? As you can see, in between I have minus sign here. So it's very clear that I will be utilizing x square x minus y whole square equals to x square minus 2xy plus y square. So in place of x square I have x square. In place of y square I have 4y square. So I will write here x square plus 2y whole square minus, in place of 2xy I can write 2 into x into 2y, okay, minus z square. So you can see I am applying the formula of x minus y. So for solving this question, two formula will be applied, one number and two number. You can see x square minus 4xy plus 4y square can be written as x square minus 2 into x into 2y plus 2y y whole square. Now you just see this can be expressed as a whole square. That means it will be x minus 2y whole square, as because this is x square minus 2xy plus y square, that means x minus y whole square. But in place of y I have 2y, so I will write 2y here, and in place of x I have x only, and the remaining is minus z square. Now come to the main formula, the first formula, x square minus y square equals to x minus y into x plus y. So here you can see the x is this complete bracket and y is this z. So if you utilize x minus y into x plus y, what will be x minus y? X minus 2y minus z. This will be x minus y, and x plus y will be x minus 2y plus z. Now that means answer will be x minus 2y minus z into x minus 2y plus z. This is our answer. Okay. This complete bracket is behaving like a and this is behaving like a b. A square minus b square. That means you will apply a minus b into a plus b. You will definitely get the answer. Now let us move to the next question, the last question, and this I have selected from HOTS section, high order thinking skill. Here we will be solving this question. This question is not that much tough. The same formula only we will be applying here. Which formula? This formula we will be applying, okay? The basic formula which I said before, but it will be a little bit lengthier. So what we will do here, we can express this as 16x to the power 8 whole square minus 1 square, okay? And then if I apply the formula, it will be 16, because 16 square is 256. That is why I have written here like this. And x to the power 8 whole square is x to the power 16. So it will be 16x to the power 8 minus 1 into 16x to the power 8 plus 1. Okay. Now we can apply 16x to the power 8 minus 1. See, I cannot break this one further. This I cannot do anything. So it will be remaining like this only. But this can be factorized more. How? Just look here. 16x to the power 8 can be written as 4x to the power 4 whole square minus 1 into 16x to the power 8 plus 1. Okay. So if I apply the formula 1, I can write again 1 square. So if I apply a square minus b square, it will be 4x to the power 4 minus 1 into 4x to the power 4 plus 1 into 16x to the power 8 plus 1. Again I cannot reduce this any further, but this again I can reduce as 4x to the power 4, I can write it as 2x square whole square minus 1 I can write as 1 square, and the last we will write here as like this only. This will not be changed as because this cannot be factorized. So apply the formula of a square minus b square. Here we will get 2x square minus 1 into 2x square plus 1, okay, into 4x to the power 4 plus 1 into 16x to the power 8 plus 1. Okay. So this is our final answer. You can see, you have to be sure that this is your final answer or not. For that, you just see individually every bracket. Can you take anything common from any of the bracket? I think no. It is completely in reducible form only. So our final answer is this. So students, for this exercise we use the formula of a square minus b square, which was the prime formula for solving all questions in this exercise. And the previous exercise, the prime formula were a plus b whole square and a minus b whole square. You have to look upon the question very nicely. You have to understand which formula you will use, and then you have to solve. Sometimes in any question, it might be there that you have to use multiple formula. So you have to understand that very nicely, and then accordingly you have to solve. So students, with the hope that you all have understood today's explanation very nicely, it will help you to solve the other two exercises, 6D and 6E. And with this hope, students, I end up my video here. Thank you.